guys, and today we have here another awesome deck profile. We have here our new shaddolls. Yes, we're going over a lot of fusion, guys. Like, we're having fusions all of this week and all of next week are all fusions. We have shaddolls, we have furnimals, we have cyber dragons, we have melodious divas. They have fusion monsters now, because why not? I have no complaints, because like literally like fusions weren't a thing a year ago, so I have no complaints. But here we have the final chapter, the end of shaddolls. Unless they get something really stupid, really awesome, this is it, guys. It has been a very sad tale. Shaddolls have ushered in a new format, a new era of Yu-Gi-Oh! With all the decks they spawned, because they instantly beat every other deck, and then every other deck had to beat them. And that has been done. They have the obvious weakness. They want to future something from the deck. Don't use your extra deck, they keep future something from the deck. They have to use 3 cards, it becomes inconsistent, it becomes really stupid. And so there's a whole bunch of things you want to do with the deck, but you need to fusion something from the deck. Sometimes that doesn't happen. So unless they get another fusion spell card that lets them do that without any restrictions, no. But this is the final act. This is the final counterattack that shaddolls have, and that is Treeborn Frog into Vanity's Fiend. Pretty much, in a nutshell. Just get out Treeborn Frog, and then you summon out Vanity's Fiend, and you say, "Hi Necros, I have a fusion monster. You can't special summon. What are you gonna do?" Not only that, they have a whole bunch of problems. They have huge access to a variety of fusions, including Nodin, including Darklaw, and they have Falco, and access to Global, between Synchros are a thing, and you can run the Wave and Bursts and make rank cores, and Nodin is great for making rank cores also. So it's just really just too much pressure on the extra deck. I mean, you guys see me for a lot of my Shadoll deck profiles. None extra XYZ monsters, but it just puts way too much pressure. It's way too much pressure, and so unless this thing goes up to 20, that would help the deck a little bit. It'd be able to make the 1-on-1s, it'd be able to make the Castells, and still be able to make the Mistworms, make the Clear Wings, make the Brio, make all these stupid different extra deck monsters. And so really, this is it. There's nothing else that they can do. It's just all really sad. But nonetheless, this deck is still really fun. You have to do a lot more thinking. If you're not playing anything too meta like Clifford's, Running Abyss you can still play against, because like the deck is built to beat Running Abyss with Neko. Yosenju's just wrecked this deck though, because Kama 1 and Vanities. But yeah, like Necros, if you can get out this guy. So it can still play, but if you're not facing too meta of a deck, it can be very fun. You can do a lot of stupid things with Nodin. You can actually make Quasar just by running Level Leader. You can arguably make it with Treeborn Frog, but it's a lot harder. And so, pretty much, I'll just go right in and explain everything. 1 BOS, of course. Vanity's Fiend, nobody can special summon. 3 Shadoll BCs are draw pair. If you send to the graveyard, you draw 1 card. If he is flipped face up, you draw 2 cards to discard 1. Dragon pops back row. Squamata, he sends any Shadoll card from your deck to grave. It's really good for getting whatever you need, and if you already have access to your Shaddolls fusion spell cards, then you can send those instead, so that way you don't draw into too many copies. Because 2 Shadoll fusions are dead. You can only activate 1. So if 2 in hand, it's kind of dead. You have 2 Neko Sekas to get rid of back row, 2 Mathematicians, and then 1 Green Bandit. I have Green Bandit because you want access to these guys here, so you want to have these guys engraved, so that way you can do some of your ridiculous combos. You want Global, so you can load in and then make Nalmatis, whatever. And so Green Bandit, he gets us our spell cards here in our deck, and with along filling up our grave. The only problem is he can get rid of BLS or Vanities or Math or the Nekos or Maxies, all those stuff. But if you can hit some Shadoll stuff and maybe one of these guys, that can be really great. Do note though, hitting one of these guys can be kind of bad, because then you don't have the material in the grave. But Treeborn Frog is like infinite water fusions. Like, he just summons himself out during the standby phase, so you can make him the water fusion very easily after you have seen Treeborn Frog. And so we have 2 Hedgehog. He searches for Shadoll fusion. If he's flipped face up, if he's sent to graveyard, he searches for a Shadoll monster. 2 Falcos. Falco will, when sent to graveyard, special summon himself and flip face up. He will summon out another Shadoll monster face down. 2 Maxies, so draw power again, helping trying to help consistency. 1 Treeborn Frog, 1 Global, one AD changer, who's all for making these guys. And I've been playing AD changer since the deck came out. It's just so good with the deck, because it's like you get in those situations where you have Falco and you have Beast and Grave. It's like flip Falco, summon out Beast, and then you end turn because you can't use Beast effect. You can't, and you want to draw 2. But with AD changer and Grave, it's like flip Beast, draw 2, discard 1, make Black Rose, or make Clearing. So it's like this just makes everything a lot easier. And so yeah, we have those guys for the fusions, and then we have instant fusion, summon out Node, and can summon out Window, but I wouldn't recommend it. 1 Rejeki, 3 Shaddoll fusions. This is the card that lets us fuse them from deck. We in order for Shaddoll to be better, you need to have another card like this. But even then, like, because sometimes I draw into too many fusion spell cards. Like, I need my monsters, and then I draw into too many of the monsters. Like, I need my fusion spells. It can just be ridiculous, guys. Like, this deck, just let it disappear. No more support. Just let it die out slowly. It did its job. It's ushered in a new era of Yu-Gi-Oh! For good or bad. Just let it die. Hidden Armory, so that way we can search out our 3 equipped spell cards: Snatch Steal, Nephi Shaddoll Fusion, and Refusion, which I'll get onto a little later. Swiss Army Knife, El Shaddoll Fusion, Master Chain 2nd or Macrocosmos, enemy controller because Dragon Frog and enemy controller is just stupid. Snatch Steal, of course, Nephi Shaddoll Helium. This lets us take 2 Shaddoll monsters and make any single fusion, Shaddoll fusion we want. And then Refusion. This guy is mainly for Nodin, but he does help out with Constructs. He helps out with the on a monolith, specifically against the Nikar's matchup, and with Windows. You summon them from grave. And now it does have the downside that if this card is destroyed, remove the equipped monster from play. Note there are some fun things you can do with this card because of the wording. So you will lose your fusion monster, but yet seeing how you summon them from grave, you probably already got their graveyard effect off already. So it doesn't really matter, you've already added Shaddoll fusion back to hand. And then 3 Sinister Shadow Games, just so that way we can go through our deck, get off those flip effects, and try to do as much as possible. And that is the main deck. And yeah, some very interesting stuff in here. I mean, I know when I first started playing Shaddoll, like I really enjoy this. This is one of my favorite decks because it's not too broken. It has an obvious weakness. Don't use your extra deck. But that is so ingrained in today's meta where you kind of need to use the extra deck. Well, it used to be the thing. So it's just a good meta deck. It was just so solid of a deck. But it is gone, disappeared. So let's just go into the extra deck. Checking the Aga, discard a Shaddoll card to negate a special monster. Nobody can activate all the 100 for any ritual spell cards. Destroy any special monsters, and when it is special summon, note, special summon, you can send a Shaddoll card from your deck to the field. Macrocosmos and Thunder King Rival pretty much. 1 special summon per turn, and Nodin summons out a level 4 or lower from the graveyard. Mainly Falco and Glow Pulp, that way we can single summon. Star Eater. For a single monster going Star Eater, Leo, you have to run Leo because just getting Fusion Summon with Construct is amazing. Because you Fusion Summon with it, you then get to add back Shaddoll Fusion, and then you can go for another Fusion Summon, so it's stupid. Misform to get rid of cards. Clearing Synchro Dragon, this is a new card coming over in Crossbook Results. It's really good. During either player's turn, when another level 5 or higher monster on the field activates its effect, negate the activation, if you do, destroy it. So it's really great just to have out on the field. It's like, you want to summon out a Trishula? Good luck. Well, they could and just not use the effect. Or they could use, Gunio, but the effect would still be negated. When a monster effect that targets exactly 1 level 5 or higher monster on the field, the cards you can negate that activation if you do destroy it. This card destroys the monster by its own effect against attack equal to the original attack to the end of the turn. Okay, never mind, they can't use Gunio, because I don't... Yeah, I think you can... Yeah, you can activate each one once per turn. So if they activate Trishula, you can negate that with this card's effect. And then when they activate Gunio, you can negate that effect. And I think you gain Gunio's attack. Because it was a monster that was destroyed, technically. So that's awesome. Make this guy, how much attack does Gunio have? 25 or 27? 25. So he goes up to a 5,000 meter. If you get off his effect, actually, you'd end up getting Trishula also. It would have a crazy amount of attack, guys. Crazy amount. So Clearing, he's awesome. He helps out, but still, it's just still. And then we have Black Rose Dragon to blow up the field, but an Echo Second so we can completely nuke the field. Then we have DeLorean. You guys might be confused why I'm running this guy. You've got 1 tuna plus 1 more non-tuna water monsters. Who's a water monster in our deck? Well, we have Treeborn, we have Monolith, but they don't seem likely. No. He's a level 4, level 2, level 6. You make him, you activate Refusion, you bounce Refusion, and note, because Refusion wasn't destroyed, the monster won't be banished. It just sit there, it's there, it's not equipped to anything. And then you can reactivate Refusion, so it's just really stupid. And it's also great with Snatch Steal, because it can return both the monster you equipped and Snatch Steal to your hand, and then he gains 1,000 attack, and you have a Snatch Steal again. So there's stupid combos you can do with DeLorean. I really like them. Again, you can make Quasar off of him where you have Librarian still on the field. So when Quasar summons, you draw like 4 cards, I think, by the end of that combo. But again, you need, in order to do that, you need Level Leader, you need Falcon Grave, and you need Blow Up Bulb, and you need both Instant Fusion and Refusion in your hand, which can get kind of stupid. And then you have Armades, this card that you just run because you don't want people to get effects when this card attacks, or you don't want to be Mirror Force if you're playing your Sentries. And that's the deck, in a nutshell. That is what the decks come down to. Again, it has a variety of problems, such as consistency issues, just with the deck as a whole. Like, I don't think you can really solve the consistency issues of this deck. I mean, there's a whole thing with ratios. How many ritual spell cards do you run? How many ritual spell cards? How many shaddoll fusions do you run? How many ritual I'm feeling so badly here. How many shaddoll monsters? I'm just thinking about Nikos, guys. How many shaddoll monsters do you run? This, that, and the other thing. What extra deck monster do you run? Which ones do you take out if you want to run one-on-one with Castell? Do you take out Construct? Okay, now you can't make Construct when you need to. You can't go into your deck. Do you take out Window? Well, then you definitely can't go into your deck when you need to. Do you take out some of these synchros? Well, you could take out Mistworm, but then it just boils down to situations. And you might end up in the situation where you can make a level 9 synchro, and making Mistworm would be great. And so it's just, this deck has been a very trouble for me. I'm very sad. I'm very sorry that I'm giving such a negative review on this deck. But if you guys want to play it, if you guys decide to continue playing this, unlike Jeff Nodes who dropped it, you guys can try it out. Hopefully you guys will do better than me. This is, again, just to get you guys to think about the deck. I am running cards like Caribbean just to get you guys to think. I'm running cards like Refusion just to get you guys to think, okay, there's these cards out here that can maybe make this deck a little bit better. I can maybe get away with less cards. How do you do it? So if you guys can make this deck amazing, if I can see a shaddoll deck top, I will come back and do another deck profile, and I will say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, this deck is still alive. And we have Prague. We have Prague that just happened. Well, hasn't happened for me yet, but has happened for you guys. And if there was a shaddoll deck in the top 32, and I would completely say I'm sorry. So we have yet to see what will happen in YCS Prague. And so there is that. And that is the deck profile. Again, I leave it up to you guys, my subscribers, my viewers, whoever you guys are. Make this deck good. I want to see this deck good. I love shadolls. But they have... the power creep has gotten to them. Way too soon. But the power creep got them. So, it's up to you guys, subscribers. It's up to you guys, viewers. And it's up to you guys, the people that are watching this long. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos. And leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.